October 2023. What a great month for gaming. We got so many amazing titles like Assassin's Creed Mirage, Mario Wonder, Metal Gear Solid Remaster Collection, Alan Wake 2, Lords of Fallen, Ghost Runner 2, most of which I didn't play cause I'm broke and all, and Sony's magnum opus, Spider-Man 2. I really liked the character of Venom, so when this game was showcased, I was already sold and decided to buy it even if it cost me all my schmeckles. And I could tell just by playing through the first hour, this one's gonna be special. So I decided to platinum it for sure. I quickly checked the trophy list and the game has a total of 22 bronze, 17 silver, 2 gold and 1 shining platinum trophy. Everything looked very straightforward and easy, so all my fellow web slingers, secure your web shooters and hang on tight as we swing into action. We start the game by watching a quick recap of what happened in the previous 2 games, which was handy as I didn't play Miles Morales and Spider-Man DLCs, and then see a cutscene of Harry getting the symbiote. Cut to Peter's first day as teacher, we get interrupted by Mr. Morales, who wants some help. Turns out that Sandman is wreaking havoc across the city and well, duty calls. So we do a quick change and swing through the streets of New York and make it to Marco. We get to play as both Spider-Mans who are similar and different, with Miles having the electric powers and Peter focusing on the suit and gadgets. Honestly, what an intro. This game legit feels like a cinematic movie which you can control. I wish I could show the whole fight with Sandman, but that would just make the video way too long. So long story short, we beat him and turns out that he wasn't too well mentally and tries to warn us about someone who's coming to New York soon, who's none other than Kraven the Hunter, and we unlock our first trophy. We launch a Spidey app which helps us track all the game activities, do some city cleanup and complete Marco's memory fragment side quest, which is needed for one of the trophies in the game. We are fired.
You're fired!
For leaving the class and do some more swinging through the streets, exploring the map and clicking some pics which will be needed for another side mission related trophy. Anyway, after a good couple of hours of swinging through, I had enough experience points and parts needed to make some upgrades, so I ended up getting some new outfits. Changing into the new outfit got me my second trophy. After a long day at work, we go back home, meet up with MJ and clean up the house. The story of every adult. So relatable. We get a surprise visitor who's none other than Harry, who's looking great, and my spidey senses started tingling cause he's looking too happy and I wanted to find out what's going on behind that devilish smile. We do a bit of bike riding, play some basketball and talk a lot about the good old days. Harry wants us to join his company and Kraven is here in New York. Martin Lee and Scorpion are getting transferred to another facility and Kraven's goons attack to capture them. A big set piece fight takes place here where Miles ends up getting a new shocky power. Both Scorpion and Lee get captured and Miles is sad. Aww. Well, to help him cope up with the sadness, we do some cheerful side activities and help out some civilians reconnect with their family members, which was heartwarming. We meet Uncle Aaron, who reveals some prowler stash hidden around the city, which again is needed for another trophy. As Peter, we go to Emily May Foundation, which is Harry's new company, where we meet Dr. Connors, aka the Lizard, who's helping Harry with his treatment. Harry welcomes us as a partner and we are off, cause Miles kept bugging us. We unlock the EMF activity side content, which, you guessed it right, is needed for a trophy. One of the missions had us beat up these goons who are the followers of the Crimson Flame, and we meet Yuri, who now goes by Wraith, and again unlock some more side content. Off to more swinging and completing side activities, we end up clicking all the photo locations, which gets us New York, New York. We then collect all the Sandman memory fragments and complete the questline getting grains of sand. Up next came co-signing for collecting all the Prowler stashes and Brooklyn Pride for completing all the Brooklyn Visions side quests. Honestly, at this point I checked the rarity percentage of the trophy and it was skyrocketing with everyone getting a platinum. I was really wondering how people are even collecting all the trophies so quickly, as I just wanted to swing around the town and that itself was taking up my whole gameplay session. Back onto the main story, we find Kraven's location, do some stealth and get a new webline launcher which is so broken but fun. We find out that Kraven killed Scorpion and he's after everybody in the town. Peter fears that the next target's Felicia, aka Black Cat, and interrupts Miles, who gets surprised by his mom. Since we were disturbed and all, we started doing some hunter blinds next, which are these hunter checkpost side missions. We then tried finding Felicia, and she's being chased by Kraven's goons. Honestly, this game's like a big showcase of what the PS5 is truly capable of, and it seems to take some inspiration from Ratchet & Clank game. We end up saving her and bid her farewell to Paris. Lucky bitch. I mean, cat. Anyway, our heroes deserve some break, and what better way of taking a break than going on to an amusement park, where we find Mysterio, who's good now, and has opened a Mysterium. Of course, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has to give it a test run, so we step foot inside. It started out great, but sadly ended up malfunctioning, so we are stuck inside and do some Spidey stuff to get out. The store is closed and we switch to Peter, who's here too with MJ and Harry. We play some games hoping to unlock a trophy, but sadly there were no trophies here. We're on the giant wheel with MJ making some love when Kraven's goons attack the park and are after Lonnie Lincoln, aka Tombstone, who's also reformed. One thing leads to other and Tombstone is captured. There's a roller coaster ride which almost slips out of our hand until we are saved by Harry, who holds the falling structure. We team up with Harry and try to figure out how his powers work. After more free roaming, we are busy collecting spider bots and completing any new side content which gets unlocked. Completing the Pigeon Guy's story got us a new adventure. Up next in the story, we are trying to save Tombstone, where we get Slackline for performing 25 stealth takedowns from the new webline. Harry teams up with us and we fight a lot of goons. Honestly, the combat here is very fun, and I love the fact that whenever we team up with someone, there are these dual combat movements which just look perfect. Anywho, we save Tombstone and see Harry's suit trying to bond with Peter and changing its appearance. Up next, I wanted to complete all the Mysterium side missions, so I was onto it, and I just wanted to say this suit for Miles is the cutest and the coolest. After completing all the Mysterio side missions, we get behind the masks. Talking about the masks, some thieves are trying to steal some musical instruments and we unlock the Mega Blast ability for Miles and some more side missions, and of course I was onto it right away. We get resourceful for collecting 10,000 tech parts and also unlocked my community. Back in the main story, we are introduced to MJ stealth missions, which are an upgrade from the previous title, but I wasn't a big fan of this. Like, I get that she helps Peter in the movies and comics, but her fighting off against these highly trained battle-craving maniacs when she has no superpowers is just a bit too much. Anyway, we are trying to save Dr. Connors, who ends up getting drugged by Kraven, and we switch back to Spidey. While trying to save MJ and Connors, we are stabbed by Kraven and Harry goes all Super Saiyan. Or should I say, super symbiote. He beats the shit out of Kraven while the lizard escapes. The symbiote attaches to Peter to save him from dying and unlock that gorgeous looking black suit, which obviously comes with new powers. We try to give the suit back to Harry, but we can't, so we're off to find Dr. Connors for help. And we also unlock the story trophy, a new suit. We go to Kraven's party, feed his tiger, and fight off some goons. We can see the symbiote starting to react on its own. We go toe to toe against Kraven and well, are kinda humiliated by him. We unlock some more side content and decide to go for it. Clearing out all the Kraven's bases gets us seek and destroy. Okay, so we go back to Harry's and while working on a cure for Connors, are attacked by more goons. Harry's foundation is destroyed and we unlock Chase the Drone side quests with Miles. After completing all of these, we find out Chameleon's hidden base and unlock Data Collector. We also complete pretty much all the remaining BDSM requests, FNSM requests, which gets us Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We are after Connors and so are the hunters. The lizard escapes us and we can see Peter changing. As Peter, we go to Lizard's hideout and end up fighting him. The fight was pretty easy as I had upgraded the suit, gadgets and different abilities a lot by this time. Also, the parry mechanic makes the bosses feel like a joke. Although it's not very intuitive, I would always dodge more than parry cause I'm Spider-Man. We end up saving Connors and he tells us more about the origins of the suit and that we need to destroy it. And well, we are like,
fuck this guy!
and unlock another story trophy. We then see Peter going to sleep and the suit takes control to fight off the hunters who come to attack us. We need to chase Pete Venom as MJ for a bit and Miles joins the party soon. MJ and Pete are sealed inside a tunnel thanks to Miles, and well, rest in peace MJ. Or so I hoped at least. Miles gets captured by Kraven and Pete escapes, remembering nothing about what happened last night. He's angry at MJ for the news article and Harry, who's looking like shit. As Miles, we fight off Lee in an arena of sorts, while Kraven watches the fight like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. We unlock a new ability and use it to pull 6 enemies together simultaneously, unlocking Overdrive. After beating Lee, we sucker punch him into the sky and tell him to find Peter, which unlocks another story trophy. As Pete, we meet with Lee and go to save Miles, where we go round 2 against Kraven. This fight was pretty fun and it felt good beating the shit out of him. I loved zipping him with the web and loved the way he gets all tied up. Anyway, just as we are about to kill Kraven, Miles stops us and sucker punches Kraven and we switch to him and have to fight the spider symbiote. With the help of the sound waves, we beat him and help him remove the symbiote, and the OG Spidey is back and we unlock another trophy. We go back to Harry and tell him that we need to destroy the symbiote, but he somehow breaks the symbiote free and gets it back, becoming and basically beating everyone and everything standing in his way. We end up fighting Kraven as Venom, which was a joke, and we eat him for dinner, quite literally, which gets us leave us alone. Back as Spider-Man, we see that the city is looking different and Venom-like creatures are roaming the streets. They have their own checkpoints, which, you guessed it right, is another side activity that needs to be completed. While working on one of these, I unlocked Armed and Dangerous for defeating 100 enemies with spider arm abilities. We also completed the Cult of Flame side missions, which foreshadows Carnage and gets us Crimson Hour. And we also unlock all the gadgets, which gets us to the max. Moving forward in the main story, Harry turns MJ into a she-Venom and the whole fight pretty much went like shoot, 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 get a car, hit that bitch in the face. Well, MJ is back to normal again and she quits her job, getting us I Quit. While fighting some symbiote infected enemies, we get amazing, cause we are truly amazing. Peter gets affected by the symbiote again and Lee and Miles travel inside his mind to help him, and Lee gives all his powers to create the anti-venom suit, which just looks very, very cool. And we unlock Antidote. In the open world, some more Venom nests were unlocked, so I decided to finish them up before completing the main story. While fighting off some creatures, we get Surge for using symbiote abilities 25 times while symbiote Surge is active. We also get fully loaded for purchasing all the suit tech upgrades, Evolved for defeating 100 enemies with the Evolved Venom abilities, and Exterminator for completing all the symbiote nests. In terms of the side activities, only the Spider-Bot collectibles remained, which I was after next. Collecting all the Spider-Bots got me Superior for 100% completion across all the districts. We then go to the final coordinates, where we meet Delilah, who mentions Miguel, which I think is a Spider-Verse movie reference. I really liked her low poly-ish look. It kinda reminded me of Lara Croft for some reason. Anyway, we get a trophy after this. I was performing so many tricks while swinging and it hit me that there must be a trophy related to this. And to my luck there was. We get Hank 10 for performing 38 tricks in a row without touching the ground, which is easy to get. The city is pretty much lost and there are these creatures everywhere. We make a plan with MJ and Miles on how we can put an end to this once and for all. Here comes the final boss fight, where we need to fight off Venom as Peter first and then as Miles. This was a very cinematic boss fight and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't difficult thanks to the parry mechanic again. In the end, Harry helps defeat Venom and pretty much dies, but he's kind of saved by Miles. Norman is pissed with the Spideys and we finish the game getting Heal the World. Okay, so only a few more trophies remained in the way of that platinum, which were Foundational, Kitted Out, You Know What to Do, Just Let Go, Home Run, Soar, Splat. After completing the game, we unlock the final EMF experiment side mission, and completing this gets us Foundational. And we also get Kitted Out for unlocking all the suits. As Pete, we go to visit Aunt May's grave, which gets us You Know What to Do. And as Miles, we go to a specific church where he hid a science trophy, and this gets us just let go. There's a large baseball field in Coney Island, and running 4 times around the base gets us home run. For the Soar trophy, we have to glide from the financial district to Astoria only using wings, which was pretty easy thanks to all the wind tunnels and smoky updrafts. Right after unlocking the trophy, I tried to pull off a stunt as I was landing, which ended up with a fail, but unlocked Splat, which finally unlocked Dedicated. What a fun game. What a fun experience. I know some people were complaining about the length of the game, but I'm pretty much okay with that as long as the quality of the game is great. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel as it really motivates me. Don't forget to leave a comment on any recommendations as well, and see ya.